Hi, I'm Melissa, your free range psychic. Today is September the 3rd, 2023. And today my guides wanted me to do a reading on the question that's on everybody's mind. I'm just joking. But certainly, our mainstream media is making a big to-do, right, over whether or not the House Republicans are going to impeach President Biden. So I thought I'd just do a little reading on that. What a bunch of clowns. McCarthy and Comer and Jordan and all of them, Gates. So just a huge circus. So let's look at the cards. I'm using the Tarot Marchetti Gilded Tarot. Our oracle reading is going to come from the Messenger Oracle deck by Ravon Falan. And of course, there's always a musical interlude at the end of the video. My information is in the description box below. Also at the end of the musical interlude, which I hope you stick around for. Please like, share, and subscribe. Check if you're still subscribed to me. Makes a huge difference for me to be able to keep my numbers or increase my numbers. YouTube occasionally, they just start, taking subscriptions away for some. That happens to all creators for some reason. I don't know, their algorithm, whatever. Okay, let's get to it. So the card that represents the topic at hand, and this is really, it always represents Trump, Putin, but also Kevin McCarthy, James Comer, who's the head of the House Oversight Committee, Jim Jordan, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the whole shebang, and of the GOP, the whole shebang, the whole Freedom Caucus, what the GOP is today. And I think the irony for me is that, and this is the genius of turning everything around, a projection of saying what is actually true about themselves and putting on others, which they're always doing, is that Rhino means Republican in name only, which is really what MAGA is. They're not Republicans. They never really adhere to Republican belief. They are rhinos, and yet they use that name as a pejorative towards anybody who's not going along with their program in the Republican Party, so that they can own it. It's about ownership, gaining control and ownership of the brand. So this is the House, and this is the Oversight Committee. And beyond that, my guides say it's still coming from, the instructions are still coming from Putin and his desire to destroy our democracy. He controls the strings of his puppets in office, including Trump. And the intent, and this is the card above, is the Tower, to bring down our government by destroying our faith in it, by destroying the edifice of the government itself. In the past, this is the Three of Pentacles, so the guides say this is actually still involved Russia, North Korea, Saudi Arabia, and I'm sure other countries like China, etc., trying to interfere in our elections so that they can gain control by proxy of our government, bribing, laundering money to the big players in the government on their side, such allegedly as, I would say, all the members of the Freedom Caucus, and obviously Trump. So that's kind of what's the engine of all of this, really, if you look at this card in that way. Still funding this ongoing attempted coup to take over the United States government. And below, this is the Five of Swords. So this is big. The impeachment is throwing shade, being on the attack, accusing the government, or sorry, well, yeah, they do accuse the whole government of crimes, but accusing the Biden family of this nefarious actions, which they've never come up with any proof of. They keep on saying they're going to have proof. Their Comer's witness ended up being a weapons dealer on the run, major criminal who couldn't even make an appearance. But that's what they do best, The best defense is an offense, so they're coming on the attack. In the near future, however, is the Five of Wands. So this is actually, instead of being a cohesive group who are effective in furthering their plans of impeachment, they are turning against themselves and hurting the fabric of their party even more. Big disagreements over whether impeachment should go ahead or not. There's not a unison here, and there's a lot of infighting. These are people who are only loyal when it suits them, but as soon as, just like Trump, as soon as it's not in their best interest, they're going to turn on the other person. Everybody's paranoid of everybody else, and everybody wants power. Everybody wants to be the next president of the United States, and they're fighting amongst themselves. They don't trust each other, and they're not all in agreement here anyway. The clarifying card is the Knight of Swords. So this is the holy cause. You're on your crusade. You're gathering your people behind you, and so this is the flavor of the impeachment and how they want to appear to their followers, for the grift. And you see, this is there's a cross in here. This is a holy war for the white Christian minority, the KKK, the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, and the general MAGA population who would agree that the Civil War was didn't end in the way that it should have, which was to continue with the Confederacy and slavery. This is whom they're grifting towards, and this is what their persona is to their people. This impeachment is a fight for justice and a fight for righteousness, and that's the gaslighting majorly. But the outcome is the King of Swords, and in this respect, this is Joe Biden. But the outcome is the King of Swords, and in this respect, this is Joe Biden remaining above the fray, not being influenced or affected at all by this stupidity. He just watches it and just laughs and thinks it's just a ridiculous distraction. He's not at all fazed by it. He's watching it from above while he is, and this is the clarifying card here, the Chariot. He's just going ahead with being the president of the United States, doing the important job, moving forward. And the guides also tell me this means that the impeachment will not be effective. The Democratic Party and our Democratic government are going to even be stronger. We're moving forward. We're moving ahead. We're not going back. Moving forward. So that is my reading on whether or not there'll be impeachment. I want everybody to just realize that so much of this is just to gen up fear and feelings of powerlessness, because that is how, what divide and conquer, that's how they roll the GOP, through fear, through misinformation, through gaslighting, narcissism, projection. And the media rolls with it because I think something like 90% of it is owned by those those people, wealthy libertarian billionaires who want Trump back in power. So that is a powerful tool, but don't be fooled by it, because the future does not bode well for them. It bodes well for our democracy. So keep that in mind. The oracle card that is chosen for us from the Messenger Oracle deck by the guides is change is unavoidable. Change is unavoidable. Every second of every day you undergo change. Your perception is altered by what you see, feel, and experience from one moment to the next. Autumn will always come to end the bounty of summer, and the new hope of spring will always follow the winter. Change is all around you. Do not let your fear bind you to the past and prevent you from enjoying your present and your future. Stop fighting. You cannot resist the inevitable, so choose instead to embrace it with acceptance and peace. Change is unavoidable. And how true that is, especially right now with the summer coming to an end and the equinox coming up to bring us to the beginning of autumn. So much change going on in everybody's life right now, and you can really feel it. Okay, you guys, I love you. I will be back next week. Please be well and take care. Okay, till next week. Bye-bye.